in these times of the coronavirus, you want to train at home. That's good. And lots of schools and clubs offer online training. That's good too. But if it's most of the time partner training, that's difficult because we shall isolate ourselves socially. So we probably will not have a partner. So it's solo training. Now the problem in solo training is that your instructor is not there. That means nobody corrects you in case you do something not quite correct. So let's say you do a movement, let's say single Sinawali, and the online instructor says, you have to take care of this, of this, or this, or this. And you say, okay, no worries. And then you do what you usually do. And I guarantee you that you will not do the things your instructor said. Why? Because there it's important to know how the brain works. The cortex, which is the consciousness, can tell the body everything that he shall do. The cortex is very good, but he's very slow. If you do something automatized, like swimming, riding a bicycle, running, walking, or something like that, or Sinawali, for example, then this coordination is controlled by the small brain. If the cortex wants to interfere because you have an adaptation or a change in the technique, the cortex is much too slow to interfere into that automatization. Let's imagine you can do 10-finger typing and you are very good at it, 200, 250 clicks per minute. And then you're typing, hello, I was during the holidays at the beach and I had a good time, blah, 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 and we're typing very fast. And then you have to type on a German keyboard. That means the Y and the Z or Z is on the other spot. We have the Z at the top and the Y at the bottom. Those two keys are exactly the opposite. If you now type with 250 clicks per minute, I guarantee you that your Y and your Z will be wrong because your brain is doing things automatically. And as soon as you type the Z, your brain tells you, oh, the keys are wrong way around. I have to type the other way around. In that process of thinking, you would have typed 10 other keys already. So the solution of changing something in the training or of a trained movement is to train slow. So if you type rather slow and then the Z and the Y is different, so you can type the right key at the right time. So if you do your Sinawali, you do your single Sinawali, and then your instructor tells you, do this little twist in it, and you just continue what you do, I guarantee you, you will be not doing it correctly. Have you ever had this experience that you try something and your instructor and you think, my God, he told me 5 times already and I still can't do it. I'm too stupid for this. Or if you're an instructor that you said, I've explained it several times already, he or she is still not doing it. Why can't she just listen to me? Or why can't they just listen to me and do it how I want it? And the answer is because they are doing it too fast. They're doing it in a speed where they cannot apply the things you want them to do. Let them do it slower or do it slower yourself, and then you can incorporate the corrections into your technique. And then you start to get a little faster in your execution and check yourself if you're still doing it right. Look in the mirror, perhaps tape yourself. And when it's still okay, you can speed up a little bit. When you see you fall back into the wrong technique, then you have to go slower again until the technique is right again. This way you can build up a new coordination with the correct technique, with a new version of an old technique, or if you learn a very new technique, do it slowly, start creating the correct body mechanics first before you speed up and try to do it fast. This is probably the most important tip I can give you for learning martial arts, and it's very, very important because it reduces stress. The stress, oh, I can't do it, I don't understand it, I'm too stupid. No, you're not. You just do it too fast, usually. Try that, and you will see when you feel, when the instructor says you're doing it wrong, think about it. Were you doing it fast? Were you doing it, did you do it too fast? Most probably you did. So, I challenge you, try to do it slowly, do it correctly, and you will enjoy your physical training, your martial arts training much more, because you will not be so frustrated. So, I hope that will help you in your training. Have fun, and maybe we do that exercise in practice too. So now we put this to the test. When you do your single Sinawali, yeah, this way, just do it, just play with it, just do your single Sinawali. And then I tell you a few things how you shall execute it, okay? So you've done it, okay, good. Now, okay, put it this way. Now if you've done it, now try to execute the stick strike in a way that the stick comes here in this twisting movement, in this wrist movement. Yeah? You bring the elbow in, the hand, and then the stick. Then you bring it back and you come here again and you flip it from the wrist, Now when you do your Sinawali fast, have a look, can you do it? Try actively to work the wrist, and the wrist strike comes at the very end of the strike and not at the beginning, right? Now when you do it fast, you will most probably not be able to do it, because your brain is doing it, controlling your body movement in a way that you do what you're used to do. Now try to do it very slowly, and then you might be able to control it and learn the different movement, right? Next thing, we want to come from here. So do you withdraw this way or do you withdraw that way, right? Flat, that's the way we want to do it. To be then in a position where we can strike from behind back with the wrist motion. And the third thing, is your Sinawali coming just like this? Or is it really going back? Just for the basic technique, right? So is it coming back here and you strike from there and you strike from there? Now try to do it normal speed again and see, do you strike with the wrist? Do you go behind back flat, or do you come back from the neck? And most probably you will see, no, you're not. You do what you're used to do when you go fast. So try to do it slower, try to correct, if you want to do it that way, and try to execute it the other way. Now, being correct or not correct, this is really a matter of standpoint, right? I've met a person who said, single Sinawali, you do this? Are you crazy? Where's your cover? Right? You have to do Sinawali like this. Now you're covered. And we say, for Sinawali, it's not fighting. For us, Sinawali is executing proper and correct striking technique with a stick, not with slashing with a sword or bladed, an edged weapon. So it's a strike with an impact, right? So we want to train our basic techniques, our foundation in striking, and he wants to simulate fighting and having cover and being close. Who is right? Well, it depends from which point you look at it. We're both right, we're both wrong, depending. So if you, in your system, do this single Sinawali totally different, fine, no problem. You have reasons why you do it that way, that's perfect, that's no worries. We have reasons why we do it this way. This is not a fight, this is a technical exercise where we want to train our basic striking. That's why we do it that way. Again, if you do it fast, you will do it the way you're used to do it. If you do it slow, then you can change things and incorporate different things that are new to you into that movement. Now to go one step further, we incorporate the first double stick series in the single Sinawali, which is this movement. Right? So everything from the left side we block with the left, everything from the right side we block from the right.
Have a look at this video.
Here I will demonstrate the first double stick series in single Sinawali. we will show the entries and how to get out. The first double stick series always strikes from the inside to the outside, contrary to the standard, which is a mix from outside inside and inside outside. How to get in? When you do the standard, you take a low line strike here and put that under the armpit. This is followed up by 3 strikes with the other hand, and then you put the left hand to the inside on the shoulder and strike low high and low high alternating. Right low high, left low high. This way you always strike from the inside to the outside. At the moment I'm striking from below the armpit, now I'm striking from the shoulder, and it does not matter which way you choose. So after you strike a high line, then you take the arm out and then you continue with standard Sinawali. Put it under the armpit, 3 strikes, and then inside, out. Low, high. The high strike put on the back, then followed by 1 low strike, and then you're back in the standard Sinawali. Okay, now standard 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I take it on the armpit. 1, 2, 3 with the right hand. Then put that on the shoulder and left hand low high, right hand low high, inside to the outside. Then the high line I take out to the back. 1 low strike with the other hand, and then back to standard. Under the armpit 1, 2, 3, and then inside outside low high. The high line on the back, 1 low line strike, and then continue with the standard. So that is first double stick series into single Sinawali, in and out. This is supporting the DAV program because the first double stick series is required for yellow belt and is one of 5 basic variations, which is standard, first double stick series, second double stick series, mirror image, and high-low right and left. It is important to learn the entries and the exits to this so that later you have the free choice how to strike against the standard single Sinawali.
Now the problem is, what you're used to is to bring the stick back here. If you do it fast, it's very, very hard to bring the stick inside, right? So from here to bring the stick back inside and back inside and back inside before you continue back. If you go slow, then you might be able to incorporate that. And that's the whole thing, that with learning a new movement, don't go too fast. Know how the brain works. Try to avoid frustration by learning too fast, executing things too fast, and then not being able to do it because different parts of the brain control your movement. So go slow. Like Professor Remy Preza, one of my teachers and my main teacher, said, slow is the mother of learning. Took me years to understand, but he's right on the spot. He's absolutely right? So do it slow, learn the new version. Then you can go faster, check if it's correct, check yourself in the mirror, check yourself while you film yourself, check if your technique is correct. Then you can speed up, check if it's still correct, then it's good. If you feel that see that your technique falls back into the old version, go slower so that you're back into the new technique. Then you speed up again. Always try to push the limit. And eventually you will have the new version as an automatized version that you can just pull off the small brain and say, okay, I want to do this now, and then you can pull it off. But learn it and train it slow at the beginning. That's the best advice I can give to you. Okay? Hope to see you again soon. Bye.
If you like this or my other videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're interested in seminars, camps or private training, please do not hesitate to contact me. I'm looking forward to meet you. Training equipment, instructional DVDs or instructional download videos you can find on my Abanico websites.